Keep your friends close and your nemesis closer.
Everybody polka! That was the best Pretzel had today. It's kind of fun as a one-off. I don't think I can do that very often. That's a little creepy. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, both Lana and KDP, for your resubs. You're what keeps this channel going financially at this point. So, yay! Congratulations. Welcome in, Ninja. Always good to see you pop by and cause trouble here. 3 seconds too fast, but it still went through. Well, that's good. Actually, the drop, yeah, the drop should keep going on this screen too. Here, you know what? What's the command? I think it's the other way around. I think I have to do that. Nope, I was right the first time. It is reset. Ooh, geez, it's reset drop, and I have noticed this more so on my channel than on Miss Moon's. But when you do a reset drop, sometimes everything goes black for a second, and it's really scary. Because it's OBS and you don't know if it's coming back, but so far every time it has. So now the drops are clear, ready to go again. You can bring in all those alts and just do D-Day if you really want to there, Ninja. Help yourself. Hey, there we go. Oh god, no, not which hand? This one? Oh, he's off screen. Okay, hang on. Come back, Nico. Come back. Ooh. Got him. Nope, didn't get it. Oh my god, he's headed for the target. Oh my god, is he going to stay on screen? Oh. Phew. Didn't quite make it, so he blew up into oblivion. It's the best. It's best for all of us. We all know that. Sandwich knows it for sure. But in my channel, though, it's not a bannable offense to use the Nico Creep emote. Spam it. I don't care. Do what you like. This is your show as well. I guess. If you actually do get to streaming on your own KDP, you be sure to let me know. I'm definitely going to tune in for that. I know Ninja does. I try to catch ninjas when I can. It used to be on mostly when I was working, so, you know, I don't anymore, at least for right now. So I've got a little extra time, so yeah, if you're on Ninja later, let me know. I'm more than happy to drop by. If you're going to be streaming in, say, about 2 hours or so, I'm more than happy to raid over there, too. There they come. Oh, they're everywhere. Tons of fun. So today, I think I'm going to get to finish Season 10 of The SnowRunner. I have three confirmed contracts left, and then there's one task that's floating in the ether. I haven't been able to find it yet, so that means either it's one of those that's hidden in a corner of the map somewhere, one of those where there's the guy that lives with the Unabomber in one tiny corner of the map, and he's got one of those, oh yeah, I stuck my truck in the mud over in the other corner of the map missions, so you got to go to one corner or the other. I don't think it's one of those. I took a look on the task list in-game where you can see all of the tasks, even the ones that you haven't found yet. And it's talking about, hey, what this town really needs is a service center. So I'm looking for construction sites that are under construction that look like good candidates. And I found a couple, but I drove around them off stream there. And I don't see any of the yellow squares. So my guess is one of these last 3 contracts is going to open up the last of the tasks. And when I look at my screen over here, I see that missions completed. I am at 60 out of 64. Hey, Bardic One. Hey, thank you for the new subscription. Okay, apparently the whole new thing across there, I guess I don't have a resub. But thank you for the resub anyway. Yeah, 12-month streak. Nice. Oh, that's right. My streamiversary should actually be coming up at the end of the month. I get to have party emotes or something that'll go in the chat over there somewhere, and there's party hats, and it's going to be super fun, whatever it is. I'm going to figure out what to do with it. It should be right around, I think, August 20 is when I started, kind of the 26th to 29th, somewhere in there, and I think they give you like a week window in which to actually stream and host it. So I got to keep that in mind. It is the Bardic One from Discord, among other places. And of course, we all know him from Dan Servo's channel and the Sirenscape channel as well now. Neither of which are on now because all of them people are at Gen Con. Trying to do streams while at Gen Con is kind of crazy unless you're doing a live stream from the booth. And then it's a totally different kind of crazy. But you definitely can't find, because today is Pathfinder Day. Because of my gearing up my job search, my Tuesday and Thursday Pathfinder games, I have actually postponed for this week. I'm pushing them one more week to next week. Once Nico shows up, I know he was trying to ask me questions on Sunday. As I was driving home from Seattle, we stopped to pee at the grocery store, as you do. I tuned in real quick to his stream because I noticed that he was on. And I said, hi, tuning in real quick. Just had to stop to pee, but I'm getting back in the car, bye. And then apparently it sounds like he went on to talk to me for the next 10, 15, 30 minutes. I don't know what it was, because I was back in the car and driving and not paying any attention to what he had to say. So he was all angry. I'm exaggerating a little. So he was all perturbed during Sandwich's stream when we were both there, accusing me of ignoring him. I wasn't actually ignoring him because I wasn't even there anymore. I'd already abandoned him. I wasn't ignoring him. So when he shows up, I'm going to give him all the details about where my job search stands. So far, we're in a good state. We're not in an offer state. That would be crazy fast. I wasn't really counting on that. So I'll give updates on that later. But yeah, I'm taking this week off of Pathfinder. I am going to go back to it next week. Probably. I don't know. We'll see how the interview status all goes. And I also have to decide by the end of the week, how much money do I want to pay someone to optimize my resume for computer searches and all of that stuff. I don't know. We'll worry about that a little bit later, because right now we have SnowRunner to get to. So as I had mentioned, I am at, got this on the first try this time, 60 out of 64 missions. Most critically, the boat is a remaining mission. I got to deliver the boat. There are 2 containers of special cargo that are the 2 map drive to get delivered. And then my number one suspect right now is that there's one mission that's going to take 2 or 3 drives worth just on this one national park map in order to finish building, what's his name? Captain Fish's fish cannery. Because when you finish the fish cannery, it's going to give access to a new warehouse there, and I am willing to bet that this new service depot is going to require one of the items that is going to be available only at this new warehouse. Don't know what it is yet, and it's still kind of a guess, but since I can't find the hidden version of that task anywhere, I figure it's got to be locked behind one of these last 3. If I do these last 3 and it still hasn't unlocked, then it's the only one left, so that means it's got to be hidden somewhere, and I do know that it has to be on this map, the national park one. So I guess I'm going to grab the Tatarin back out of the garage and we're going to go hunting. So hopefully it doesn't come to that, but we shall see. So I am at 95% complete on British Columbia. I am back up to 99% complete on the game as a whole, including the 3 original maps plus all 10 seasons. It gets me all very excited. If I cruise down here to the bottom of the contract, there's, 1, 2, 3 still open here. Special order is the boat. Uncle Fish will do this job. That's the one that's going to open up the fish cannery / warehouse. Maybe I have to deliver tuna to the service garage to finish opening it? I don't know. And then the important delivery from the port. I don't know where this one's going to go, because I haven't started it yet, but it goes from... There he is now. It's got to go from the port on this map to somewhere, probably the ferry on the next map. Oh, there we are. We're rocking some of that Pikmin over there. What is... The bug's kind of small here on my display. I don't know what that bug is. Is that the queen... The queen what's-its-face? Queen larva boil? See, I enjoy playing the game, but I'm not deep enough into the lore yet to actually remember. Empress Bulbax. That doesn't look like it, though. That looks like it's got a crab face. I don't know what that is. Welcome in, Nico. I did talk about you earlier. It actually wasn't terribly offensive toward you, so congratulations on that. And over here on the tasks, we have 1 task left to complete. Gotta pop this off to read it. As a business owner, I see that this city lacks a service center. Help me with construction. I have listed the materials I need. Will you help? That looks like 2, I think those are metal beams and 2 probably like service spare parts, or maybe 2 bricks. I'm not sure what they are, but it is definitely building a thing that looks like it should have a construction site, so I'm holding on for that. Empress Bulbax, it was, okay, yeah. An Armored Maw-Dad, that sounds like a good name for it, because that's what I did notice first, was the giant pincer maw, so I'm going with that. No, I was just making fun of you for, like, talking to me for however long you talked to me after I said I'm checking in from the road by. That's when you were asking about the job status and everything that I refused to answer you because I was no longer watching. Oh, I do have a good story. Over there, I actually have managed to complete all 4 of the contests. The last one, waste disposal. You had a 5-minute time limit to get the gold. I finished it in 5 minutes and 0 seconds. I rolled through the finish zone, hammering on the button that would bring up the cargo maintenance and then the offload as fast as I could, trying to pepper them through. And I'm going to guess I probably made it by between a 10th and a 20th of a second so that I didn't have to do that damn run over again. Very exciting. I wish I had recorded it. Kind of like the downhill race one, like a deadly race. That one I finished. In the process, I did 2 barrel rolls with the truck down the ski slope, but landed on my wheels pointed straight at the cross path I needed to head to. And I think I finished that one with 10 or 15 seconds to spare, still, even with the power roll. I actually had some really good contest results out of this, but I did those off stream because I don't want to swear on stream, and that's what those contests make me do. Just talked to you for 45 minutes. I was guessing up to 30, so yeah, 40, 45, so. Today, I am prepared to give you all of your answers to whatever those questions would be, especially because I probably have slightly new answers now. Before I get to that, though, I got 3 Uncle Fishmore tasks here. Uncle Fish will do this job! I'm doing that one first, because that one's actually going to take me two runs to get through. Because I got to get bricks and metal beams all the way over to the canned food factory. You will notice over here, I have a truck parked right next to the boat, ready to go for later. And so I got to drive that over here, drop those off, and then I got to go find consumables, which actually live right over here at the fish farm storage. So apparently I'm picking up even more fish items over there. And then the concrete slabs, which are actually going to come back from over here. I think that's where the bricks also live right now. No, that's where the metal beams live. Okay, so I got to make one run, starting with the Taiga here, come over to the factory, stop at the fuel station, drive them over here to the canned food factory, Then I got to run over, grab fish, drop that off, and then I got to make one run all the way back over here to the factory, and then all the way back over here to drop that off. And then I will grab the special cargo right here, and I will run it all the way back over to the Duncan Bay map. That one's going to be a little involved. That'll be a perfect opportunity for me to get super chatty. Oh, Nico's typing. I got to get ready to read this. And then, hopefully by that point... Oh, didn't mean to yell. Hopefully by that point, one of those two, probably this first one, should unlock the one remaining task. I'd like to squeeze that one in first. And then the pièce de résistance, I'm going to finish with the boat. If time runs short, well, it's not like I got anything to do later today. I could probably go long, but if time does run short because something gets screwy along the way, because this is SnowRunner, then I might cut out the task for now and just go straight to the boat. Okay, let's see. When do you hear back? Or second interview process time? Or will they ask you why you bankrupt the last company you worked for? Honestly, that's not a bad question. And yes, Nico Creep is definitely allowed here. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Sandwich, it bothers me not. So if Sandwich shows up and you start using these, he's probably going to leave, which will be sad for all of us, but, you know, let the chips fall where they may, I suppose. So let's see. As of Friday, let me get fired up here. Before I get to start talking where I actually almost have to kind of think of a thing, I want to make sure that I haven't totally screwed everything up. I want 2 loads of bricks, put one on the platform and one on the trailer. This is going to be important because I need 4 slots for grabbing those 2 sets of metal beams later. So, oh, actually, you know what? Can I just grab it from here? This is what got me with that one contest. You know, you start over at the fish farm and you have to grab 2 barrels of something that have apparently fallen into the fishery. So the contest is you start with the truck in the little parking area, and then you have to race to 2 of the little fish pens that are on opposite sides. That was the real killer. You have to fish the barrels out of both, load them up, and then drive them to the dock that's not far from there and deliver the both. But I was not emotionally prepared for that second one to be on the opposite side, because I had this trailer, which was a bad choice. I should have had a flatbed on this guy instead. So I had to sprint over there to go pick it up, and I kept fumbling them, and I would throw one off the bed before I could get it packed down, and I wasted a ton of time. So that's why I had to sprint in and click the deliver button after it was already stale 5 minutes and 0 seconds, but I beat 5:01, so I got the gold on the first try. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah, we love the sandwich ones. Now, I wasn't looking at the time. Is the emote wall working correctly? That's a good opportunity to see if KDP is broken something. I do know that the parachute seems to be working fine, but I haven't been watching the emote anymore. It's one thing I actually neglected to properly test beforehand. Got sloppy in my testing because everything works so great the first time around anymore. Nico Creep is welcome here. Both the emote and the... Well, I was going to say, as far as I know, you may be an AI, but no, that's right. We've shared Frosties. That means you're real. Okay, yes, emote wall is going. No, that's right. I did spirit fingers with all of the emotes earlier. I can never remember anything. That's fine. Okay, so back to my story. So as of Friday, I had a preliminary interview with one of the recruiters who was out looking for stuff for me. There is a company, they are looking for someone fully remote, though they happen to be headquartered in the Vancouver across the river from me. So not the good one in Canada, but the one that's right here near me. But I think the work would be entirely remote, so I wouldn't have to spend like an hour and a half trying to get across the bridge each direction every day. That was actually a later in the day Friday story. It took us 92 minutes to go the 20 miles from my house to the Washington border. That was a treat. So I had this preliminary interview. Technically speaking, it was not an employee of this potential client company, but the recruiting firm that I'm going through in that particular case, they have one set of their employee staff that works with the humans, the candidates, outdoing the sourcing of them, scouring LinkedIn for freshly open to work type things. In this case, this is actually a recruiting company that my now former firm had used previously. So we used them one last time in reverse. Anyone who wanted our HR person to send our names to them as potential candidates rather than customers, we were free to opt for that. So I opted for that while we were still giving the speech about what had gone horribly wrong with the company. Check on my map here. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. We're still good. So I had already spoken with the woman who talks to humans, so I have now followed that up by talking to the woman who deals with the end companies. She wanted to get a little more detail about me and my background, and apparently this one job that they've got is in some capacity health field related, and they were really looking for someone with long-term experience working in the health field. I was on one contract for a company that their specialty was gift cards, but they had spun up a new business unit that kind of dealt with, I don't remember the exact name for it, but for all intents and purposes, it was a loyalty program for showing up to your doctor's appointments. Actually going to the doctor's offices could sign up and you could get little trinkety trap rewards. But it was administered through a system that was very similar to producing gift card records, so that's how this thing came to be. So it was almost just coincidentally health related, but it's the closest thing that I had. So when I was speaking just with the woman who dealt with humans, she said, yeah, there's this one out there, but they really want a minimum of 4 years experience with heavy, detailed, actual health works. So that one's probably not really appropriate, but here's a couple of others that we've got in the pipe. We kind of talked about them. One of them just kind of wasn't really my thing. The other one was a possibility. Not so much of a possibility that I remember exactly what it is. Yeah, the Vancouver without the PC. Usually I would probably say something a little more disparaging about it, but just in case something comes of that one. I don't want to make inappropriate jokes at this venture, because I'm certain that they're all watching right now. It says I got 8 viewers, so congratulations to all of you for finding me. But as it turns out, then that was early in the week, and then on Friday, actually it was Thursday, late Thursday, I got the LinkedIn mail. I don't remember the exact communication. It wasn't a phone call, but it was some sort of communication. So, hey, you know what? We just had a meeting with that client, and my way of kind of describing my strengths and what I've learned from my consulting role was that because I tend to work on things for 3 to 12 months, and then the contract's over and I got to move someplace else and start all over again with a brand new tech stack, is that my big strength is going from 0 to 60 as fast as I possibly can at any new engagement. And in addition to that, I haven't had the time to sit and really master any of those new technologies, but I can describe myself as the jack of all trades, master of none. And apparently that exact phrasing came up from the client that they were speaking to. So instantly, my name entered the conversation there, as this client had discovered that, finding someone with the heavy software development background who also has this much, as much as they were looking for, detailed history in this exact domain that they were looking for, it's kind of hard to do. Most of those people have jobs that they're probably clinging to with their dying breath. So there doesn't seem to be, quote-unquote, anyone out there with the exact unicorn measurements they're looking for. So maybe a jack of all trades who could really come up to speed quickly on this new stuff, but knows the software development side of it. So alarms went off, my name came up, so I had the conversation with rep number 2 there at the company so that she could get a bit of an interview, talk a little more specifically in terms of what their client is actually looking for. And apparently, that seemed like a pretty good match. I think they're looking for someone who can do full stack, so the database backend and some sort of graphical presentation on the front end, whether that's a web page or a full-blooded app or some hybrid in between or whatever, which is pretty much what I've been doing for the last 9 years. My strength tends to be more on the back end, mostly because my history prior to working with this company was C++, C#, thick client kind of stuff, so definitely back-end oriented, and I've been picking up as much of the front-end stuff as I can as I go along. I actually bought a couple of training courses right before my most recent engagement began, so I think I'm at a point where I can stop the heavy push into getting everything prepared for the job search, and so then I can just start searching for jobs rather than preparing. That'll give me a chance to catch up on those classes that I've got as much as I can. Because I love doing like a single-page app in... I'm kind of terrible at JavaScript, but I can fudge my way through as much as I need to. And React is my favorite framework. I've done some in Angular, and I think that's what the shop uses. So I can kind of talk my way around that a little bit. The technical interview is going to be a little rough, which has always been the case for me in my consulting role. Gift cards for healthcare. Please accept this $20 gift card. I think that's already too much. Good to use toward any major surgery. Well, that almost kind of applies. Expires in 1 month from issue date. Honestly, that isn't too terribly far off. And you know, a $20 gift card, ironically, like a $20 gift card to Applebee's is probably something that was in their package. Nothing healthier than going to the doctor and then taking off toward Applebee's. By the way, absolutely not a sponsor because Applebee's is dead to me. It's a terrible restaurant. Everything they serve, it's like French food. Everything served there comes under a gallon of sauce, except at least the French put some time and quality into their sauces before they bury the food in them. At Applebee's, it's a pound of mayo and ketchup mixed together. It's terrible. Hashtag not sponsored. Buy one heart surgery, get one free. Yeah, kind of. I never really worked with exactly what the services were on the other end. It was just kind of database entries for me. I needed to be sure that when the database field was large enough to handle a certain length of description string, and then when it came out the other end, the text box that was going to display it needed to be wide enough to accommodate it, and that was kind of all we really got into to what the details were. And then most of the data we worked with was dummy data anyway, so some of it was probably taken from the gift card company. So that may be why I was seeing restaurant gift cards from time to time. But otherwise, I think it was getting congratulations, you've made 4 appointments this year certificates. I think there were some very small redeemable gift cards. I think some of them would produce cards that you could take into the pharmacy. And I don't know whether they actually got you discounted rates on your prescriptions, or if it was you fill your prescription and get a box of Band-Aids free, and stuff like that. It was a weird combination. Yeah. Yum, mediocre food. Yeah. Oh, exactly. The last time I went there, I was so saddened by everything that happened at that restaurant. And that was 12 years ago, I think. I'm holding a grudge on that. It's very rare that I do that, but my father-in-law, he used to be the master of announcing this place that he'd gone to that he's been unhappy with, red line, and he would never go back, very literally. And sometimes it didn't take a whole lot to earn that red line, but it was fun and entertaining to watch that happen. So this is the one place that has earned my red line. And I'm having trouble thinking of a second one, because really I don't need to. I need to make fun of someone. They're all watching too, aren't they? Damn it! Should have known better. So that was the stage of that one. I did get feedback. I think it's actually once we got to the hotel Friday night there. that my name and information had been passed to the actual hiring manager at this client. So I should be in their system and under full consideration. I had a version of my resume that it went through a couple of different revisions. I submitted one more kind of final revision based on some of the feedback that they had provided me during our phone call on Friday afternoon, which there were a couple of metadata points. Apparently the woman who was the HR department at my consulting firm, her name appeared in some of the metadata on my resume, so yeah, I finally went and I took that out. And then as part of my consultant resume, I had my photo on there because a couple of people on the executive team at my firm decided that having our photos personalized us more, and that kind of gets into why the company has ultimately failed beyond just me causing its bankruptcy. So she recommended, yeah, probably take the photo out, and she was so nice about it. She tried to pitch it as, you know, because it's a little more professional, just to go with the streamlined, toned down look. I've got a little bit of flair along the sides for some of my sections of the resume. What it honestly meant was, I'm an old man. Try not to put my old man software developer photo right there on the resume so that I can be instantly prejudiced against, which is totally fair, and she was super nice by pretending that wasn't the case, so I really appreciate it, because I'm sure she's watching now, so thank you. So yeah, I submitted that today, which means it's too late late yesterday, so it's too late for that one to have gone over, so they already know how old I am, but then my resume does also go back as far as 2003. So, you know, about double the amount of time a resume probably should go back. But 2003 to 2006 is when I was self-employed, and I have deemed that to be an actual important component on my resume. So I like having that one on there. It demonstrates many great things and qualities. And I think, as it so happens, it really applies well to this particular job, because this one is supposed to have a quote-unquote startup feel, even though it's in a corporate environment. That's part of why they want as much super expertise as they can get, so that they can have a real small team that doesn't have to follow all of the full corporate pomp and circumstance that you would typically get off of your standard corporate development type environment. I'm sure we'll still do stand-ups, because you can't live without having a daily stand-up. But one of the specifics that they called out is that this is a real corporate environment. So if you want the software to use some sort of new technology that their security department hasn't fully vetted yet, you have to go through the process. I'm very well familiar with the process of trying to get new software approvals. It's a nightmare. So this little group is supposed to be operating on its own, so they're looking for, jack of all trades, ready to run on their own 2 feet with minimal supervision, almost a skunk works, so do whatever you want, hidden in the corners of the building someplace. And I think that might actually fit me pretty well. First, so look at that. I've chatted my way right through this first delivery. Yay for me. So let's see. I've got a brick, 2 metal beams. Those are delivered. Come over here. That brick fell into place. Boom! Stage 1 done. And an animation. I've built half the cannery. Canned food factory. Woo! It's easily watching. Yeah, I know. It's just a given. Anyone I ever actually talk about is either watching or, look at that. I got the Mastodon right over there next to the boat, ready to go. And there's the special containers. Everything's coming up Millhouse over here in this little secondary port. I'm looking good on gas, I think. So I am going to run over to the fish joint. And you know what? I can put the crane back real quick. Oh, I can also... Oh, geez. I can drive off into the woods while I put the crane away. Wait, how many roads do I see here? Okay. It looks like only one. I am prepared to steal a little fuel from the Mastodon if need be when I get back here. Because I have already run around the map collecting superfluous trailers and things, which includes all the fuel trailers, except for the one that I delivered to the Rangers that I cannot sell. It's their trailer, even though it shows up on the map and it frustrates the crap out of me. And undiagnosed OCD kind of. There used to be a scout fuel trailer over here at the fish joint, just because there are a couple of missions that take place over here. But screw it, I don't need them. I am wholly self-sufficient. Ooh, let's see. You should say, I know you're looking for the Jack of all trades, but they call me the Jedi of all trades. That might already get me in trouble. It's a pun, because I go by Lone Jedi. You can check me out on Twitch, and then I'm going to spell it out. https://twitch.tv. Ooh, I got stuck in the mud, I think. /1Jedi70. That's why you left. Confusing. Okay, well, that would explain a lot. When's here? One of the two recruiters that I talked with just asked about hobbies and things, and I admitted to being an RPG dork. Yeah, once upon a time that would have been a kiss of death. It seems to be reasonably socially acceptable right now, so I did admit to that. I did not bring up Twitch streaming, though, just because otherwise you know damn well they would at least go check out some VODs, and that's just as embarrassing. In fact, it's probably more embarrassing because then you don't know that they're watching. At least this way, obviously anyone watching is fully invested in chat. But at some point, someone is going to ask me about something. And I'm going to end up with it. Oh, and as a matter of fact, yesterday, I finally got a call back from a reference that I got from a former client that I have stayed connected with on LinkedIn. He actually did the little LinkedIn introduction to someone who is hiring, direct hiring. So I went to the company's website and filled out an application. And early yesterday, apparently the woman that I got connected with, she just happened to be on vacation for 2 weeks, so it's been 2 weeks since I had the intro, but she finally responded. She's back. We had our hi, nice to meet you, and then she immediately made sure that the application that I had submitted through their web system, that was probably kicked out for any of the 1,000 different reasons, because that's how those systems work now. And she made sure that the guy doing the initial interviews, I think the actual hiring manager, has gotten my name. We got an interview time for me set up as of this morning. So Friday, I have an actual end client interview now. That one is for a company that does a suite of different mapping softwares, including one for four-wheel driving that I have actually used in the past, so I'm very vaguely familiar with the app and how it works and everything. Though to be fair, I don't do as much four-wheeling as I used to. It is a subscription-based service, so I have only used it during free trial periods. I'm not going to bring that up during the interview. I may have to, though. But eventually, if they're going to ask me if I'm familiar with their stuff, I'm going to say, yeah, I've used the off-roading maps version before. It's awesome. Oh, really? What all have you done with it? Well, I used it for the free 7 days a couple of times. It allows a reset on the trial every so often, so that works out good. Its big catch is that it's like a Google Maps. In fact, if you don't want to do the subscription, a lot of what it does as a base feature you could do with Google Maps just by making sure that you have downloaded the local region map so that it's usable offline. That's the big thing with this particular mapping system. Just automatically it downloads whatever region you're looking at, so you don't have to tell it to. And it's got a bunch of extra features that go around that to support four-wheeling. There's lots of trail reports and extra details and trail ratings. That one's the super important one. That one you don't get on Google. But, tips on how to do certain obstacles, all kinds of very cool stuff. It's a really good, well done app. I would be very proud to work on that. And they need someone who needs to work on the back end of their stuff, which I should be pretty well suited for, in theory. We'll see. So I have the interview with the hiring manager Friday afternoon, or kind of late morning. If that one goes well, then I would presume that one may be a 2 or 3 more interview process kind of deal. Boom, delivered. Now I just need a couple concrete slabs. I think I'm okay for fuel. We'll see if we can make it. If I don't make it back to town, I got the Taddy in the garage not far from here. He can charge over and make sure that we get refueled. So yeah, that one will probably take a couple extra interviews. The one for this local company through the recruiter, I'm expecting to get the hiring manager interview sometime shortly. In fact, after my stream, I will go check my email and LinkedIn to see if anything's come back on those two. If not today, probably tomorrow. At this point, I would guess that the actual hiring manager interview might not happen until next week. But we'll see. That one will probably be a max of two interviews, because at the end, including the person they're hiring, it's only going to be a 3-person team. So I don't know why you wouldn't just do it in a single interview if it's only going to be 2 people. But maybe the hiring manager doesn't want to waste the current technical lead's time with someone who just isn't going to fit the role that they've already talked about. I don't know. I could game that to death in my head just because I've been on the hiring interview side of things before. Wow, that's really pulling me off to the side. I'm wasting fuel here in this puddle, guys. Let's see. It's strange to think someone might be watching you for a potential job. It is a little weird. Unless the potential job is for me to play SnowRunner for them. I'd be more than happy to do that, but they're going to have to pay really well for game testing, I guess. I have done a little, I'd say video game, really, it's more computer/mobile game work. It can be very fun and very entertaining. Developing something like this, though, you are going to fully expose crunch culture at any of these companies you work for. And I will be straight up honest, I am too old for that crap anymore. Yeah, they were talking about this local one with the 3-man Skunkworks team. They want it to operate like a startup in a whole bunch of different ways. One of those ways might be, sometimes you might only work 20 hours one week, but then 60 the next. If it's 60 every week, maybe not. But if it's one of those, every so often we might do this one way or maybe a little other, but sometimes it'll kind of come and go. I think this one actually will potentially pay overtime, which is weird. It's not a word I've heard much in most of my career. Hang on here. But yeah, every once in a while working 60 hours, yeah, I don't really think of that as being crunch if you do it for a week. Because I spent the last 6 weeks on my now former job trying to save that contract. Later found out it was impossible to save that contract. I was putting in at least 60 hours a week on that one, and that one sucked. That not really health one that I was on, I put in, it was either 4 or 6 weeks. God, was it 8 weeks? It's hard for me to, I put in 100-hour weeks for well over a month. It was so physically draining and traumatizing that I don't remember exactly how long I did it for at this point. I don't remember much about that time, except that they were incredibly angry with us because the communication with their lead developer was the worst I have ever experienced at any company, contract or not. That dude did not want us there, did not want us working on his baby, would not tell us anything we ever needed to know about how anything was set up or designed. It was absolutely terrible. The manager there actually called a come to Jesus meeting where his lead and the two of us that were working on this team and our supervisor at the contracting firm all got on this phone call together. And I guess he was prepared to rail and yell and argue with us because we were going to push back on what he wanted and everything. And all we said every time is, "Oh yeah, that's exactly what we needed to know." And yes, that's what we want to do. That's how we want to handle it. If you had told us this 6 weeks ago, we would have been in a much better spot now. But someone wouldn't tell us anything. And so yeah, I put in many 100-hour weeks. I still have back pain from sitting at the horrible chair over at the horrible table, pushing through that from sun up to sundown every single day. That I will not do again. I prefer unemployment. I'll just call it early retirement at that point if that ever comes up. But yeah, the occasional 60-hour week, that's not a problem. When I was self-employed, I think I pretty regularly put in 60-hour weeks all the time, but it was purely on my own schedule, so I could do it whenever. This one, I'm guessing they want a little better team communication, hopefully. But that one I haven't interviewed at all directly with yet. So. This is just me chirping away as I'm trying to fight my way back to the nearest fuel pump. I think that was the last of the mud running that I got to do. I think the rest of the way it's just paved hill. So I might make this without having to detour off to screw around with the tethering. Conveniently enough, this is set up so that after I drop this off, depending on whether it opens that task or not, this truck with this trailer will be right there at the special cargo. It needs to go back over to Duncan Bay, so I don't have to save any time repositioning anything to get that one going. If the task opens up, we're going to see what it does, see what it is, what it'll take to get it done. If it's just super convenient to go ahead and do that special cargo right then and there, I'll go ahead and do that because I do have another one of these trailers parked over on the pavement. I've actually driven past it a time or two now. It's on the pavement on this particular road out there by the garage. So I could drop this off in Duncan Bay, sell this trailer, warp back to the local garage, pick up trailer number 2, and then Bob is my uncle as well as Uncle Fish. And then I can get to work on whatever the task is. Woo, with 27 liters to spare. Concrete slabs are up here on the hill. If I do the special cargo, I'm coming back this way. I won't have the detour out to the fish joint, so I will be much less of a fuel risk on this second trip. See, now I'm guessing this is probably where that last task is going to be, because that is decidedly an uncompleted building right there. And I'm guessing a little yellow square will open up right there in the parking area in the front yard, and I am going the wrong way. I so desperately wanted to demonstrate that I did not turn the proper direction to get to where the concrete slabs are. Fortunately, the fuel wasted won't matter in this case because I'm coming right back past the gas station anyway. Go ahead and swing wide here. Let's cut ourselves a break. Don't need any of your cargo, but thanks for asking. Don't crash into the pole, but feel free to plow down the stupid little tree. Bam. Oops. I asked for that. But it was only a little bit of damage. Hardly even noticeable. A little buff right out. Okay, this is the road that I want to go up. Honk my horn, disturb the locals. Bunch of townies. Who needs them? Finally done this map enough that, except when I'm talking and forget to turn, I've actually got most of the layout down now. should put more waypoints down when I'm streaming and chatty. But, where's the fun in that? It looks like it should be super muddy, but so far it hasn't been. So we're going all the way around. So we cut right over the top of this hill this time. I need concrete slabs. Nope, not blocks. Slabs. Could have done the consumables the same way as the bricks if they had been over here. Pack one, put the other on the crane. Luckily, those were right there by the cannery. So I have an easy, if heavy, load to bring back by itself this time. No crane nonsense involved, which means I'm free to winch through the deeper mud. I've churned through enough mud right now that it's going to get a little sloppier every time I pass through, which means I'm more and more likely to have to winch. Taiga with the mud tires here is definitely one of my go-to trucks. I have been using the 605 some on this map, in part because, especially on Duncan Bay, some of those hills with all those stupid roots just block everything that tries to go through there. And the 605 seems really good about crunching over the top of them. And I do have Mastodon set up with the high saddle to carry the boat later, because I know there's not really much... There's no mud climbing, I don't think, to have to do between here and the ferry launch, but there's definitely going to be some flat mud to go through. Its tires should do really well on that. I'd love to be able to use the Kenworth. It's a dryer. I wanted to use the Kenworth on the boat there at the end, but... And I think the Kenworth does really well in the mud as long as you are level, but it is a nightmare the moment you put any kind of route out there. There's something about the torque level, whether that's really a simulation thing or not here in this game, but the ability for it to pick up and over the roots just isn't there. And then when you combine that with a hill climb, it just comes to a complete grinding halt. You have to first back up some to get off the route, and then I found typically I end up having to winch continually to get the thing to go up any hills. So screw that. We're not going to waste a bunch of time doing 2.5 miles an hour across the map, winching the entire time. We're gonna take something that can actually do the drive. Something not quite as yawn-inducing, even for me, the one driving it. Not bad enough to induce the swearing like a contest, but trying to use that to do some of these contests would be rough. The two contests on this map, in fact, I only I finished the one at the literal last possible second. Technically, I was probably 0.8, 0.9 seconds over what the limit should have been, but because it didn't tick up to the next second, it still counted it. And the other one, where you have to drive along... I let go of the steering wheel. My bad. You have to drive along the kind of the upper cliff face along the hillside, and there's a bunch of up and down and turning around trees, and one point where the shortcut cuts across a fairly steep hill face where you kind of slide a little as you go. That one I had to do 3 times before I finally got a solution that worked. And I think I only finished 3 seconds to spare on that one. The first time I missed it by 5. The second time I thought it would be clever, and I tried one of the higher speed transmissions, thinking, hey, I'm losing speed and not gaining it back. I think because I've got the off-road transmission here. So if I could accelerate a little bit better on some of the flat parts that didn't even need the climbing, so then I've got some speed to carry into those hills. Hopefully it'll, a little bit more than just balance out. No. turns out I missed the finish by 30 seconds that time. It got bad when I tried to get clever, so I went back to the off-road. Because this truck seems to have by far the best combination of climbing ability and speed. So I put the off-road back in this one. Taken some of the lessons that I'd learned from my first 2 runs on where I can cut in a little narrower, what I need to be sure to avoid because there's a root here or a rock face that's going to do damage to the tires that I don't so much care about, but definitely slows you down because it pops you up in the air. And I guess I was 4 or 5 seconds short, and then I was 3 or 4 seconds faster. It speeded me up by about 9 seconds, which is not bad improvement, but it was still barely enough to make it. Map 1, both of those, even with my double barrel roll on the race down the ski slope, I finished with plenty of time to spare. Those are the contests I as close to like as I'm going to get. I still don't actively like the contests because they put the extra stress in that I don't think needs to be there, because the stress you get just from like this, the mud churning, but with the puzzle solving angle that you have time to work on, that's what I enjoy. Put a timer on it and it becomes much less fun. Victory is maybe a little sweeter. Obviously I've never, since I'm about to hit 100%, I've never had one that I couldn't do, but I have definitely had some that have required a lot of trial and error to get done. It was those early ones in Michigan and Alaska before I had finished unlocking everything. So you didn't have the really good mud or snow tires or chains or even vehicle access. Oh yeah, I've turned this up pretty bad now. Except for one on the Glades, I can at least usually pick the appropriate vehicle to get started with. And a lot of times it's either the Tataran or this truck. Time to get ready for work. Oh, I am immediately going to report you to the Sandwich Network. He's probably going to come to your place of work and make sure that they deal with you appropriately. I don't know what that is. Make you go to the break room and wash your hands? I guess. I don't know. Sandwich hasn't really laid out what the punishment should be, but I'm sure someone will find a good one for you. But thank you for the lurk. Oh, thank you for the sandwich blast there. Oh yeah, if I look over on the monitor, it's kind of fallen in so far behind that I can still catch things after the fact now. Man, we have churned this up good now. New follower. Hang on, I gotta get my glasses on to be sure. The Real Guy Judge, well, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I am working my way toward completion of Season 10 SnowRunner here. Officially, right now, I have 3 contracts and 1 locked task left to go. The delivery of these slabs here in a moment should complete the first contract. I am crossing my fingers that completing this one will unlock the last of the tasks. If you are familiar with this region and what goes on, I have saved delivery of the ship for the finale. Oh, hey, there's... big trucks doing big truck things. Hey, Tonka, welcome in. We are definitely trucking. There's the extra copy of this trailer I've got staged over there just in case I need it. Not sure just how this last task that I hopefully unlock momentarily, otherwise I gotta go find it. That's gonna suck. Depending on how things play out, I may need that trailer, otherwise I just have to run it back to the trailer store and sell it. Because I like my cash. Since I'm playing in normal mode, there's really nothing ever to spend your money on that you can't get back by reselling whatever it is, because gas is free here, as are repairs. This map introduced the idea... Oh, I'm rolling backwards. This map introduced the idea of once you repair the ferry, you can pay $750 to cross this tiny little bay, or you can just drive through the water off to the side and take an extra minute and a half to do it, so. Damn the man. I've been doing the drive on the side. I am saving all of my cash. Nope. Oh, well, I had to come up with something. There we go. There's my roll. I had to come up with something to screw this up with. I didn't want to get bogged down in the mud there, so I have paid the price. Oh, hey, you know what? The Zix is actually... Since I've got it over here, staged by the boat anyway. Let's fire this bad boy up. Honk! You know, normally I would have blamed that on KDP, but KDP is officially in lurk mode now, so instead, this was your fault. So, you know, congrats. It's not quite as good as being auto-modded immediately, but it'll do it. This thing is so loud. There you go. Our helping. That might actually be this truck's brother, the 605, and its own. So well played on your RNG there. I don't remember, I think I have 7 of the different trucks from this game hooked up to that. Let's see if I can just do this in a single pull. Probably not, but it's always fun to try. Oh, man. Did it stay put? I think it went out. It's going to be a little squirrely, which is probably okay. The squirrely is not the same as upside down. There we go. Set brake. Oh, no, that's winch. I don't need winch. I need this button. Yay, me and my tools. Total pro-gamer. You're a pro channel point user. That's another one of those. As soon as I've got the random sound pool set up on my Jedi greeter here, that's another one that I will just convert over to hosting locally. We'll get rid of the channel point usage requirement on that one. That's to detach. I'm going to go ahead and pack it for the moment, because that means that it shouldn't... Yeah, so that way it shouldn't bother me when I try to grab that one from a distance. Work this up and down a little bit so we can get that cable shortened. Flip it over. We'll shorten the cable again. And left. There. And if I unpack and repack, it should just grab it. Bam! Look at that. Like nothing happened. Although I'm definitely going to have to winch my way out of the mud pit now. Should have done this in the first place, but, you know, way more entertaining to get that roll counter working again. Except for scouting trips in the Scout 800, that loves nothing more in life than getting tippy. Don't have too many rolls anymore. Okay, there we go. We're back in business. I have seen people, before you repair this bridge, drive it through the underwater shoal right there. It's fun to watch, but not if you're using the wrong truck. You just bury that truck to the rails, and then you're screwed. So this one, I want to go around the side. I'm going to go around the side. What are the chances I roll the truck twice in a row? I'm not looking. Am I done? I'm done. Okay. Hey, Uncle Fish. Uncle Fisher? Oh, well, now I'm disappointed. I just want Uncle Fish. And he could be played by Abe Vigoda. everybody. We're going to stop engine. We are going to stand by because there's going to be a construction animation. Slab 1. Boom. Oh, jeez. That was less an animation than a sprite flip there. Contract completed. Now North Peak will get even more active, and there will be even more jobs. Well, yay! I'm a job creator. I just need to create one for myself. Warehouse is now available. Ooh, what is in the warehouse? Okay, hang on. We're backing up. Ooh, just made it. Cargo management. Cargo container. Metal rolls. Metal beams and consumables. Wow, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. I don't think any of it's new stuff, though. Okay, let's stop the engine. First thing I want to do... Let's go see if that has unlocked... Oh, there it is! Right where I figured it would be. Support local businesses is hanging out right over there. Poop sticks. It's not exactly where I thought it was going to be. Well, it is. It is exactly where I thought it was going to be. I was hoping that there might be another... The other end of it would be over here. So I had to drive all the way over there to activate it, to know what it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the special cargo one right now then. Got only 2 left. Important delivery for the port. Yeah, that one you got to take all the way over to Duncan Bay. That's cool. I can do that. So that one is active. So I'm going to drive back to the fuel station. I'm going to pop over here to get this one active so it's ready to go. And then I'll go ahead and drive these 2 special cargoes over to Duncan Bay, warp back, pick up this trailer, and then go complete that task, and then special order as the grand finale. That mostly works out. I'm just a touch worried about fuel. I might sip a little fuel. Okay, that looked like I was smoking. That was actually me siphoning gas. Just apparently the way that I do it, because I only siphon it just a tiny bit at a time. I'm going to siphon just a little bit off the Mastodon, because I've noticed with all the mud and the reloading and everything, I have used almost an entire half tank just to get here. I'm going to have to burn a little bit more to go get these extra cargo containers loaded. I'm going to try using a little loading trick to try to get these bad boys on without me having to disconnect the truck from the trailer and go through all of that nonsense. See how this works, but it's definitely going to burn fuel doing it. Heave! Nope, nope, turn the other way. Turn, 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 turn. There you go. Good container. Set you down there. It's not exactly the best job in the world, but it'll have to do. Here, okay, here comes the secret. I want my secret to be a little bit lower. Nope, nope, this is not the secret. This is not the secret. Damn it. The secret is to not suck. I'm going to try that. Okay, I think this is lined up a little bit better. Because what we need to do is we need push you back this way. Push. Oh yeah, that was a good push. I need to push a little more over here. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's how the pros do it. Or, so I'm told. There. You've never tried that nut sucking thing? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I really haven't either. It's what someone told me once. It's almost what someone told me. What someone actually told me once, we were playing EA's NHL, whichever year it was. I don't know. They're all the same. And we were playing in an online league, and at one point, the guy who's my teammate asked me, "Hey, can I give you some tips that could really help improve your game?" They go, "Yeah, absolutely. Please tell me what, because there's a couple of things I'm not understanding how this is supposed to work." Boom, both packed. He says, "Well, what you need to do is play better. And that was it. And you know what? From that day forward, I kept sucking because that was shit advice. Ooh, hey, there's a concrete barrier there. Oh, jeez, there's a immovable object right there. Those removable. That, good God. Remember the whole not sucking thing? Nope, not gonna do it. There we go. And I'm 1 liter away from exactly half tank. There it is. Now start my drive back. Technically speaking, I could probably make it with a few liters left, but once you hit 10 liters remaining, the engine starts to buck on you. It starts to fuel starve, so I'm gonna have to steal little fuel from the Zix. Hey, there you go. Thank you, Tonka. There is your Automod. I don't even care what it is. I'm approving it. It's kind of a bitch to parallel park. Or whatever it was that I was trying to do with it there. I was trying to back up at an angle, and somehow I kept backing up straight. Even though I was trying to be angled, I just couldn't pull it off. Let's see, temperature then 98 is the best one, or is it 95? That sounds like... Oh, for the Genesis. Whoa. I assumed you were talking about Windows. Windows 95 for life, man. Actually, Windows 95 would be terrible to try to run right now. Oh, wow, I am already bogged down. Yeah, this is not going well for anybody involved. No, don't winch onto the other truck. That is decidedly not going to help. Oh, nope. Be careful there. Yeah, that's better. Let me get into a lower gear. Can I winch anything forward yet? Yes, I can. That's what I really want. I do want the brake off, and I do want whatever this menu is turned off. Now I can start winching through. Even with the Zix, I'm making this as hard as possible to get that boat through here. I'm completely churning up this mud first. Although going to Duncan Bay and back will probably reset it. Keep my fingers crossed. It feels like it's been weeks since your last Automod in general, or just over here? I don't remember you getting one in Dan's stream for a while right now. Yeah, I know. Dan, I think, occasionally actually goes through and updates his profanity list, or whatever source it comes from. Mine, I just kind of said, you know, it asked me, hey, do you want... I think it asked me if I wanted basically filter for hate speech, and I go, yeah, I'm all for that one. It said, well, here, let me turn on the smart filter for you, and I don't... It's like all of the bully words, some of which are completely innocuous when used without bully context, but fine, whatever. So, yep, just go ahead and prove them. What do I care? Bully away. Be mean. Okay, I don't actually mean that. Please don't take that. Let's say things in appropriate humor. Appropriate. That could potentially be used in a bullying way, in theory, according to their filters. That I'm... Is there going to be an infrastructure runner game? Because these roads aren't terrible. Yeah, these roads are terrible. I took note, and I think the first time when I played this one on stream, that the road is super lumpy, a little closer to town on this map, and it reminds me exactly of how terrible the roads in Yellowstone are. They are surface of the moon bumpy. They don't have giant potholes in them, but, you know, being on top of a super volcano like that, there is a certain tendency for the earth to move beneath them and generate lumps and bumps and things. And I get why they don't waste their time, you know, frequently, if ever, trying to do repairs on them. Just reach that one over there. I want to grab a hold of this closer hole. And you know what else I forgot to do was steal gas. Damn it! I get so chatty, and then trying to pay attention to not rolling the truck over, because that's a pro move. And then I totally forget that I will probably get within sight of the gas station and then run out. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I had a pretty heavy load coming this direction, and I made it in under half a tank. I've churned up the mud a little worse. Let's go back up to behind here now. I might make it. I don't know. We're gonna see. I forgot to do crimes. Damn it. I'm sure I've committed a whole bunch of environmental crimes at least. So that part I feel confident in. But yeah, I forgot to steal gas from my business partner. Nope, not that one either. Let's go back here. Let's try big one. Oh yeah, I'm definitely frame deep up front this time. Probably should have considered staying farther left because it looks like I haven't tromped through the mud over there yet. Oh yeah, this is going to be bad. I am definitely going to run out of gas this way. Okay, I'm gonna call an audible right here and now. Oh wait, is the Tataran's already out? I don't even have to go fetch it. Perfect. We are going to do an emergency refuel. I got the beacons on, so you know it's an emergency, but we're also going to be safe. And we are going to go do a fuel application. And we're going to do it while this truck is parked closer to where the Tataran is, than waiting until I'm at the top of the hill above the gas station, and then have to drive this twice as far. So minimize my downtime here. Just like a real trucker. Wee woo, wee woo. That's as close as I got right now. I'm terrible at that. The Rezvani does have the siren horn, but the Rezvani has also become kind of a piece of crap after they nerfed it. So I'm not confident in its ability to get there, but at least it would carry sufficient fuel for this kind of a job. Ford F750 is my real fuel mule. It can carry a lot of extra fuel on top. And I've grown to love it more. It's really bad in the snow, which is where you find it, kind of semi-ironically. I wonder how deep this is. I don't think I've ever tried plowing straight in. This is inappropriately deep. Nope, this is bad deep. This is I shouldn't be here deep. My winch has saved me here. Okay, note to self, don't go straight through the middle anymore. I am still moving. And the engine didn't die. So yeah, what could you ask for? Because I could have asked to go the right way so I wouldn't go slow, but I'm here. And boom, I'm already up at this point. Probably going to have to... Although this stuff actually isn't too deep. It's only bad because I am driving badly. Actually. Let's give it the whole roof rack. That's fine. That should give it enough gas to get there. And because I was bashing the crap out of it for no good reason, the suspension's taking a beating. I am going to... I'm going to fix up the critical parts first, and then I'll just spend the rest on the suspension. That looks good. Is it starting? Oh, yeah. Ooh, it just started very quietly. It was very dainty. Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay, winch me through. There we go. Just in case the travel to the other map and back doesn't reset the mud gouges here. I'm going to stick to the hard side since I'm already winching over here. I'm going to save that left side for the return trip just in case I need it. Nope, nope, yep. actually heavier than the concrete slabs, so they also make things a little more painful here in the mud. Oh wait, I gotta allow something. Her butt. Not just butt, but specifically her butt is what it objected to. Because apparently now you're a sexual bully. No, damn it, neither of them will quite reach. So let's go this way to that hunk of wood. So deep, put her butt to sleep. Yep, okay. So I'll be right back. So, hey, thanks for joining in. Okay, I've reached the pole. Ooh, hey, I think we're loosening up a little bit here. I want to get around the great big rock. Otherwise, I'm going to high center on it, exactly like this. Oh, there. Push the big rock into the mud. That's a good way of getting over. Oh, now we're moving. Not super fast, but we're moving. First, I think that was the last of the rough water. One more patch to get through. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have made it the full way to town. The way I'm getting extra stuck in this mud. Yeah, normally in this stretch right here, I can kind of plow right through. It's usually not that bad, but even here, I'm getting stuck. That last 6 feet of mud over there is always deceptive, and I get kind of stuck in it and have to winch up. At least to maintain speed, if not getting completely stuck. I really bet it will be extra spicy today. Don't give me no winch points. You know that's a lie. I'm a little nervous about winching all the way from the rear. Don't want that rock. I hate that rock. Tell that rock to leave me alone. Now I can go from the front. Camera back. Pivot over here. Leave that rock alone. Did I have headlights on? No, I didn't. Now I've got the headlights on. The beacons were on for safety. It knew that much. Get out of here, rock. I know. That's the one real sad point in SnowRunner is when you finally manage to blast through a trail, all of these stupid rocks that you can high center on especially, you've managed to get them pushed off to the sides. You can actually drive back and forth a couple of times, but then the moment the map gets reset for any reason, usually by leaving to go to a different map and coming back, all those rocks come back to the exact same spots they started in. All of the deep channels through the mud that you've dug that make it even harder to get through, those get refilled at least, but yep, all the high center rocks come right back. Because they hate trucks. Yeah, here's the stretch. This is the stretch that reminds me exactly of Yellowstone. None of them are outright potholes yet, but they are sinkholes in training. This little mud pit, not so much really, but all the rest of that super wavy, lumpy pavement. So I put 120 liters in, so I actually would have been at 39 now, which would have been in the red, but I would have made it. Oh well. Otherwise, I would have run out right here, and then I'd have to drive the Tataran all the way over here to get it refilled. Drink, drink, drink. Head for the little yellow diamond there, which is our gateway back to Duncan Bay. I do have one rogue trailer still sitting out at the farm on Duncan Bay, and it just so happens to be a fuel trailer. So fuel should 100% be a non-issue now at this point. And in fact, when I go by, I'm going to grab that trailer with my winch off the butt of this trailer, and I'm going to tow them all back over to the trailer store so that I can sell them, and then I'll warp back over to this map with just this truck by itself, because I am thinking ahead. 8 trucks. How? Well, by being super bumpy and ruining their suspension and or engines. I would love to have a 40K Rogue trailer in here. I've been watching Jules, formerly of What Culture. Now he's working for some other YouTube channel that does video game list fun things. He mostly weekly does a Fallout 4 modded with every Warhammer 40K mod you could find. I happened to catch some of his doing that this morning, and it is so fun watching Fallout become Warhammer 40K. Alright, map load time. Coffee Monkey is taking a break today because it is hot out. If we hit 90? Oh, it looks like we're going to be a degree short of 90 today, but I don't want a hot coffee. I don't even want a lukewarm coffee right now, so Captain Phasma is standing in with some water. Water is also not as repulsive as coffee when it gets to be room temperature. You know, I never actually finished Fallout 4. It's the only Fallout that I haven't finished, and it's because I started it on my Xbox One, and then I moved, and I have the Xbox hooked up. I have the disc out. It's sitting there next to the Xbox, but I've barely touched my Xbox since moving. It's kind of weird that way. I know that there are a lot of gripes about it that a lot of people have. I don't think that they would bother me particularly, but I've never really been motivated deeply to go back and actually play it. By the same token, almost the exact same thing for Red Dead Redemption 2, and I don't know why. I loved the first one. I hear everyone say even better things about the second one, but there's something. I think right now my Xbox One is set up with the really big TV, but it's downstairs, and in winter, even with the heater running, our downstairs is just unmanageably cold. You'd have to reroute all of the ductwork to pour all the heat in down there, and then it would be too long and hard to get it to twist up to the rest of the house. And Mrs. Jedi's office is now on the upper floor, mainly as a result of that. So we couldn't risk routing the heat away from her office downstairs just to wait for it to percolate up from downstairs. So downstairs is kind of off limits for practically half the year now, just because we've become cold sissies now that we live in the Pacific Northwest. But I just don't get down there very often. Sadly, that is where my super streaming station would be set up. I've got a man room built down there with all of my gaming junk. It has become unmanageably overburdened with unshelved crap right now. I got a lot of cleanup I got to do on that. I really need to literally burn all of the old, college dorm style shelving units that we've been accumulating over the last couple of decades and replace them with a fleet of Kallaxes or something down there. That would be sweet. I got a ton of work. Maybe now that I got nothing else to do during the days, especially once I've got my resume all tweaked out to where I like it, I really need to get down there and start working on straightening a bunch of that up. The painful reality is that I gotta sell a lot of that gaming stuff that I know damn well I'm never going to play again, which makes me cry on the inside and a little bit on the outside. But it really does kind of need to be done. Once I've got that set up, Urgent Sandwich asked me if I was ever going to put this on a little shelf on the wall back there. And the answer here is, well, this is our living room, so putting a little shelf on the wall is going to need Mrs. Jedi's approval. And it's really not one of those hills that I'm even looking to particularly fight over right now. I don't think it would be a fight. She'd probably say yeah, but I got a bunch of other things I got to get fixed up first before I bother with that. But if I get the man room going, that one The decorating is 100% on me to figure out how and what to do. Let me take some of this as long as I'm here. That one, I'm going to have this sign. In fact, Mrs. Jedi has a really fun... It's almost just like this one, but it's got the big downtown Portland sign that's on the building. When you pass by on the freeway, or you take Burnside across the river, there is the big "Welcome to Old Town" with the deer on the front that in December becomes Rudolph. It's that sign. I'd kind of like to have that one propped up there as well. Let's wheel you in a little bit more here real quick, like... Oh, hey, you know what? This reminds me. Where the hell am I taking this thing? I guess I should have paid attention to that first, shouldn't I? Delivered to the plant. Why is it... What's going on here? Why is it showing me the wrong box over there? It's trying to tell me that I need to go back through the gateway. But why would I need to go back through the gateway? Nope, here we are. There's the drop-off point. Okay. Whew. Word there for a second. Okay, well that changes things a little bit then. Oop. Okay, it's not... Okay, why am I focused on the wrong thing? Apparently I clicked the button at some point. It shouldn't be unmanageable to get back the other way. I don't need to bother bringing that trailer with me. I am going to come back this way with the empty trailer and pick up that fuel tanker again. And take it to the trailer store for sale. Wait a minute. If I drop it off at the plant, I can come straight down. There's fuel. There's a trailer store. Maybe I should do it this way. I hadn't meant to do this quite as on the fly as I'm figuring out, but I didn't know what the drop-off point was. This is why I'm covering this field. Okay. Take two. This will be a shorter drive to go to trailer store number 2 instead. And then I don't have to drag 2 trailers across the river because I'm too cheap to pay for the ferry. I'm also not positive if I'm winching that other trailer behind me, if the ferry would honor that, or if it would leave it on the other side. And then all of a sudden, I'm spending more than $2,000 to ferry back and forth. Screw that. Finally get to my honeydew list. Yeah, and you know what? The first half of the honeydew list is actually probably me talking to myself. Oh man! Oh no! I've missed an automod. Let's see. I want to murder super mutants, not support idiots. So that's a fair statement. Oh no! It expired, and it's too late for me to approve it. Well, I apologize for that, Tonka. I was too busy trying to figure out how to juggle trailers here. 3-in-1 stream. That's a good one. So yeah, Tonka is back. Why the room got to be gender specific? Well, because I got a specific gender, I guess. That's why. Plus, I have a really cool sign that says man, so I got to stick with it. Okay, so this is going to involve a little bit of climbing, but I don't think it should be too bad. I do believe I need to go up the hill to the left here. Yes, that is correct. Up we go. Let me check back there. Yep, fuel trailer's still coming along. Oop, this is gonna be a pull with all this weight. And all of these impossible to drive over roots in the road. The fallen trees, I got big enough tires that I typically don't have a problem with those, but all those little roots there in the mud tracks. they will stop anything cold. And then you gotta go back, you gotta back up and figure out how to drive around them. And sometimes they are completely buried under the mud, and you have to guess at what the extents are. Well, I'm just now wondering. I totally forgot to actually activate that extra task. God, I cannot keep track of anything. All of those employers that I know who are watching, just ignore the part that I can't remember anything. I'm probably just making that up for stream value. I intentionally didn't go activate the task so I could at least see what it was. Damn it. I was going to end up doing this anyway, so whatevs. It'd still be more efficient for me to just recover this back to the garage and then drive it back into town to do the activation. So when I complete this one, I'm down to one contract, one task. After fighting my way over to that gas station. That's what did it. Having to bring in the Tatarin totally broke my concentration. Managed to forget that I was trying to drive to the gas station and then go see what the task was and then do this part of the drive. But, let's maybe click a button over here. Woo! Buttons clicked. We may continue. So yeah, this mud I'm not worried about at all. I can come to a complete stop and just keep going again. So this is virgin mud on this side. That'll probably get you automodded if you repeat that time. Because you'd be bullying me. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm still in low plus. That's why we're going so slowly back here. So this truck should be able to go faster than this. Shift mud. Now I'm going to go back to... Oh, crap. We're gonna have to play a little game. Hang on here. Nope, I don't know what that was winching to. Yep, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, there was something big under the water. I got that front tire caught on. Get up to at least here. And let's renew this winch. Let's see if we can reel it in while we're trying to drive forward. Yeah, it's the weight of this special cargo that's going to kill us in the mud here. I'd hoped for a little better, but what are you going to do? Nope, I can't winch anything good on that side, so what have I got over here? Make this do. Oh, you gotta run more streamers to harass. Perfect. Yes, I will be streaming Saturday. Dan almost certainly won't, but it's not 100%. But yeah, I will be doing my regular stream regardless. Jason Bowman is not going to Gen Con, so he might do his normal stream. I think Paizo is only doing a 1 or 2 hour stream each morning, and that's it for their panels instead of their normal all-day stuff, which is a little weird for them, but I guess it's their company, they can do whatever they want. But assuming Jason is on, then yeah, I'll do my regular 2 to 4, and then raid into Jason instead of Dan afterward. 4 would be at 7 there. So I think the hall might be closed. I don't know. I'm excited to see if Dan actually bothers, but I will see you either way, Tonka. Especially if I can get out of this stupid mud. Get contract 2 done. This is very decidedly taking more time than I was really counting on. We might just go straight to the boat finale. I don't know, we'll go see. We'll go see what this other contract requires. If not, yeah, maybe I do a boat finale stream tomorrow? I don't know. That could be entertaining. I don't want to go super late because I'm making a stir fry for dinner. I don't want to screw around and all of a sudden I'm stir frying in the duct. I don't know why that would happen, but it's a deep-seated fear of mine, I think. There we go. This is pulling through that mud much better. Still got a fuel trailer in tow. Okay, I'm about to complete this contract. 2 down, 2 to go. Damn it. I really wish I had clicked on that task. Because if there's something right here I could turn right around with and take back, that would have been awesome. Port delivery. This job was complete. Well, it was complex but interesting. Here's the reward. Yeah, it's not good reward, but whatever. I can't leave that running because I got a tanker full of fuel right there behind me. Let's go check out this map. Let's go back to the national park. Crap, I didn't activate it. What is the matter with me? So there, support local businesses. It won't actually tell me what I want. No, damn it. So if I warp back here, I can grab this trailer. Oh wait. I got a plan. Get me out of these menus. Stupid menus, I don't want you anymore. Stupid menus, I don't want you anymore. There you go. Let me reel in this trailer just a little bit more here. There we go. And let's stop you. There we go. Let's go over here. We are going to go ahead and drive the Tataran into town after all. Because it can go activate this mission, see what it's all about. And you know, if I just got to drag that fuel trailer back over here, I'll just do that. Don't test me, trailer. This will take a moment. Oh, hey, can I? There you go. Loading music. Oh, this is the perfect use of polka. Come on, everybody, sing along. Okay, polka's over. We are back. We are rolling. Hooray for the Switch loading times. This thing, now that I'm not trying to drive through the deepest part of the puddle where I've never got through a split before, I should just churn right through these. It would be extra convenient if it just so happens that it wants something that exists at that factory that the Taiga is just sitting at right now. Though I'm a little inclined to believe that it probably wants something from the 2 factories that are actually pretty close to the city, but will involve me driving back over here with both trailers in order to satisfy. The big fear is that it's going to want consumables And that means I gotta drive all the way out to the fish cannery and back again. Which isn't a terrible drive, but it's gonna be a bit of a time-consuming one. At least the mud should all be reset. Look at me swerve. Since, you know, it's SnowRunner, it's dark, who knew? It's really hard for me to figure out exactly how far rotated one of those turning tires are. So we'll just do the two-dimensional equivalent of a Dutch roll all the way down the road. There's town. I'm going to regret this because my memory is just going to fall apart on me, but I do want to go ahead and refuel the roof tanks for this bad boy. Just in case I need to do a little fuel muling. Okay, I've remembered. I'm still going on to the construction site over here. Don't follow that yellow diamond. It's a trap. I need to go to the yellow square over here. Semi-trailer with fishing boat. Special order. That'll be our finale. Really hoping that this is kind of short. I'd love to finish these both off. There's my adorable little square. Go. Support local businesses. As a business owner, I see that the city lacks a service center. Help me with construction. I have listed the materials I need. Will you help? Absolutely, I will. And for a change, I might even try doing it right now. 2 metal rolls, 2 cement. Step 1. Oops, camera's too close to... Ow! Oh, okay, I was gonna say camera's too close to the truck. I can't get it away to see where the delivery point is. There's the delivery point. There's the parking right here. So let's see. Metal rolls and cement. What comes from here? That's got metal rolls. That should have just the one. No, this should have just the one left. Just the one left. Nope, close that. Come over here. There you go. Cement isn't on this map. Cement is on the map where I am with the truck right now. Is it at the factory I'm sitting at? Because I think it is. Ha ha. No, I don't want the taiga. I want the... Okay, let me do it this way. The cement is at the factory I'm sitting at. Are there metal rolls real close by? That would be even cooler. I don't think so, though. Because I see... Yeah, I see the pickup indicator there for that one. If I did, they would probably be over there. But I don't see them at the railway terminal. I don't want to drive to the opposite side of this map just to get them. So, okay. Okay, this will work. This will actually work super great. It's better than I'd hoped for. Oh, wait. There you go. Loading Polka! Follow the yellow diamond. Ha, KDP, it's too late. If I'd read that earlier, I probably would have. Well, I guess technically now I am. I'm following the yellow diamond that has the up arrow in it, instead of the yellow diamond that has the gateway picture on it. Now it is the Nemesis Polka. Oh, hey, I got another button I can click over here. Bam, clicked it. We're still streaming. This is how you direct polka. It's technical. Don't worry about it. I have a degree in it, as far as you know. There are actually a bunch of channels available on Pretzel today. Some of them are a little boring. There was the rock one. But this was definitely the most entertaining option available, I think. entertaining being very specially defined. Okay, we're done. What's all that noise? Oh, it's the factory. I thought, why? Am I still running? I shouldn't still be running. That would be bad. Oh, I'm actually not close enough to the trailer back there to fuel yet. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So I need 2 cements. I have to remember this on my own. The other was the metal rolls, so it's going to be a total of 4 cents. So I'm good here. I got those. Let's fire up. Let's turn on the beacons, because we're not madmen. We might be. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. So I want to go this way, because this should get me close enough to refuel. Go ahead and take advantage of dragging this trailer around anyway. This is where we'll find out if going through the gateway with the fuel trailer in tow will actually count. I think it does, actually. I just don't know if it was going to count on the ferry or not. Since it's a gateway, it might, but because we're all pretty convinced that Development Team B has been in charge of this game for the last couple of seasons, you never know whether that scenario actually got tested or not. So that turns out I should have just left this one at the intersection anyway, but here we are. I've changed maps twice now, so hopefully the grooves that I cut in the mud coming this way will have been filled back in. So maybe if I kind of point myself in a different track on the way back, I won't have to winch as much. Oops, let's go for a lower gear here. There we go. Also, I'm not carrying 2 full tubs of special cargo. I just have a couple of pallets of cement. That should be quite a bit lighter. I don't know which side to go on, so I'm going to go over here. Need to squeeze between that tree and the big rock. Perfect so far. Yeah. You can be a polka DJ in Ohio for Oktoberfest. Well, you know, I guess honestly, if I was going to do a polka fest for Oktoberfest, it probably would be in Ohio. I have actually been to a German restaurant in Ohio. I think it was in November when I was there, though, whereas Oktoberfest would normally be September. So I haven't had the full Septemberfest thing, but I have had quite the German experience in Ohio. And it's a good restaurant. Why they call their premier Bavarian brat the Bahama Mama, I've never really figured out. I've actually only been there once, and I didn't bother asking anybody why, but I'm sure there's some cute, kitschy regional reason for it. Okay, you keep going straight. Yep. Okay, still got the fuel trailer back there. And then where I want to go pick up the metal rolls is actually very close to a trailer store. So I should be able to get both of these sold off pretty short order. Keep going. Oh, I was worried that downshift was gonna strand me. We're still going though. So run this over. Sell off both of these trailers. I can just recover this directly back to the garage, retain it away. I can then do the same with the Tataran because its job should be done at that point. I may wait until I'm ready to come back through the gateway back onto this map. Before I cross, I will take control of the Tataran, garage it, retain it, make sure that that map is 100% clear, and then drag the boat right on over once the boat is delivered, the trailer goes with it, so I can retain the Mastodon away, and then I'm left with just my good old Scout 800, who is currently standing guard at the Duncan Bay garage. I've actually got a Scout fuel trailer attached to him right now, just in case I needed him to be a fuel mule over on that side. That was one of the fuel trailers that actually didn't pop up the Discovery XP and let you know that you now have a trailer that's yours to do with as you please. So I thought it was going to be part of a mission, but every mission is now exposed, and none of them involve a fuel trailer. Oh, gee. Oh, okay, no one look back. No one look back there. Everything's fine. That's how fuel trailers roll. Yeah, see, everything's fine. We're good. It's not even a fire or an explosion back there or anything. It's good. But yeah, nothing's come up that's actually used that trailer, so I guess I am clear to sell it. There was one on the National Park map that was part of a mission. I don't think it spawned until I accepted the mission, though. And it was very clearly designed, so when I dropped it off, it then went bright white on the vehicle and trailer list, which is how it normally indicates that you are good to take control and it's now yours forever. So I dragged it all the way over to the trailer store to sell it, and then it said, no, you can't sell this because it's part of a mission, even though the mission's done. And then the color went to the dimmed gray, so that I know that I can't sell it. So I just dragged it right back over to where the Rangers were that I delivered it to in the first place. Okay, let's see if it takes that extra trailer with me. Oh, polka time. Fortunately, these loads aren't as long as they typically feel, so I actually haven't played 9 polka songs to this point, which is what I had expected. So, Captain Phasma and I will just do a little bit of rehydration during the polka, because, polka can build quite a sweat. Oh, there's the preview of my finale. Boat Dragon. That is not actually where you deliver the boat to, though. That's on the other side of the river where I pick the boat up. You don't go over there with it. So this screenshot of theirs, it's a lie. It's a trap. It's designed to make you try to go the wrong way. We'll finish with like the last 2 notes there on the next time. Nope, skip scene. We're going. Sweet. If I'm a ghost, that means it brought the other trailer with me. Excellent. Save a couple of minutes of rerouting. Oop, headlights on. Beacons on for safety. Test that horn. We're good to go. Now that I'm over here on this map, I need to activate this one. Let me make sure that I am pointed at the right spot. Yes, it is the factory on top of the hill. Then look at that. There's a trailer store right there. How do I want to do this? I think I want to drop the trailer right there. Then I'm going to pop up the hill to go pick that stuff up. I am going to pop back down the hill. I'm going to grab the trailer on my way by, and then I'm going to deliver it. And then I'm going to take the 2 trailers and run them up to the trailer store. I have planned ahead, and I've gone ahead and I've built waypoints in a very rough attempt to try to remember later on what this plan actually is. I don't believe, even these water crossings right here, I don't believe anything in here is really a technical challenge. Oh, somebody new. Billy! How many flips? I got a counter right down there. Only 1 so far, kind of remarkably. And it's because I got super chatty and I wasn't paying attention, and I decided I wanted to try to go around the side of a big puddle. And yeah, the side of the puddle was kind of sloped. So I dumped some concrete in the water. I made it wet, but it was fine. It was fine. It was mostly fine. Wow. Tonka Tough would be so proud of you getting auto-modded that quickly. Don't believe you. Skill issue. Well, yeah. I mean, that's part of the skill, is the not paying attention part. I also make all kinds of plans on how I want to do this, and then it normally doesn't take more than 13 or 14 seconds before I forget what the stupid plan is supposed to be. I'm already working on one here. The forgetting part. So if I remember anything correctly, which is rare, I want to come up to this one, and this is where I want to drop the fuel trailer. Then I want to drive up the hill. I got 2/3 of a tank, so I don't need to refuel off that bad boy right now. Poink. I need to come up here and grab 2 metal rolls. And then I just have to pop back down to town, grab that trailer, drop these 4 pieces off, completing the final task. Then I gotta run both trailers up to the trailer store, sell them off, retain away this truck, flip to the Zix, and then the grand finale of Season 10 is the boat delivery. And you know you can count on me to flip that stupid boat over. I'm gonna go with twice. And anyone who knew what they're doing would probably just reset the mission after flipping it and try coming back later. But not me. When I flip it, I am going to have to go find a monster vehicle. I want a monster vehicle with the giant crane that they added for this season to have to go try to save it. And then it's going to be a comedy of errors to try to get the stupid thing to stand upright again, because I don't know where the winch points are, but I'm sure none of them are conveniently like at the top of the mast in the boat. That would make it handy for doing that kind of thing. So it is definitely going to be a good time for all. I'm actually only 4 minutes over my normal time, and I am on the cusp of completing this 3rd mission of the stream. I only had 4 missions left in the season, so I think I'm pretty well committed to finishing it off now. None of this Thursday stream to do 1 mission, even though that last mission will probably take me 2 hours once I'm done at it. We are going to bust out the Mastodon for doing the boat delivery. I do enjoy my Taiga. Metal rolls, yes. 2 of those, please. Thank you. Okay, I'll go this way then. You sold. Nope. Well, maybe I'm not. I changed my mind at least 3 times during that little backup pattern about which way I wanted to go. And so as a result, I went none of them. This works. Oh, nope, that's a pole. Oh, man, I just bashed my forehead right into the horn. Oh, wow, seagull. Famous for saying, yeah, you are not the only one in my chat who has a real talent for it. Yeah, honestly, it's because of I've accepted a couple of default Twitch settings, so they are quite sensitive, but it is still a talent. I don't want to deny that for you. Okay, headed downhill. I'm almost at the point where vehicle damage kind of doesn't matter anymore. Admitting that it doesn't matter anymore is the instant where it then blows out a tire or 2 or all of them. And that kind of messes things up. I got no problem with 100% suspension gone, because it doesn't seem to really affect how the truck drives. It just makes the controller rumble and the screen shake a little extra some of the time, and, you know, that's kind of fun. It's the fuel tank leak, or, you know, 100% engine damage. Those are problems. I'm just gonna go sell this anyway, and we're normal mode, so it doesn't matter what's in it, so rather than driving an extra, 100 yards or so to the gas station, I'll just steal some of this gas as I come by with the intent to... Nope. Yep, steal everything. Where are we? Give me the cursor. There it is. Reel it in, baby. Where's my front wheels? I hated that sign anyway. There we go. Alright. 2 trailers, 2 cements, and 2 metal rolls all walked into a bar. Ba-dum-bum. Of course, I think we're going to go build a service center. Brakes, we're safe. Metal roll, cement. Woo! Okay, the full animation this time. Uncle Fish's cannery just banned into existence. This one animated nicely. That is 3 missions down. There's only 1 left for me in Season 10. That's what I call great work. Hopefully, business will turn a profit soon. Even though there's some paperwork to be done. Oh, don't tell me about the paperwork, man. I am so tired of paperwork. Let's see what it... Yeah, there we go. 63 out of 64. I've only got 1 mission left. And it is selected up there already. The special order. Okay, we are still connected there. And... Oh, hey. I already built my waypoints up the hill. No further use for any of the fuel in that fuel trailer. So we are just going to go sell, sell, sell. This way I leave my map nice and clean when I'm done with it. It's not legitimate OCD, but I'm just going to call it that for entertainment purposes. I'm not OCD, but I play one on Twitch. Do they still run that commercial? I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. It seems like that's been forever, and now it just gets made fun of all the time. But I'm uncertain anymore if anyone actually remembers. Damn kids these days, old man shakes fist at cloud. I'm just going to drive around a bunch of these rocks. Stupid rocks. Taking this just fine for the blue trailer. I don't know how much the fuel trailer is going to enjoy this turn. Oh, look at me! I'm just like a real-life pro trucker. It's exactly how it's done in the real world. Trailer store. Get out of here! Trailer. Oh, I didn't even have to drive forward. Boom! You're out of here too. Let me do a map survey just before I screw stuff up. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to go get that guy and clean it up. So that one's my target. That one I can't sell. That one lives over here with the forest rangers now. I filled it back up before I took it back over to them because I'm responsible that way. I like that it says, hey, what we really need here is a service hub, service station, but then when you build the thing, it isn't actually one like the service hub over here. Even though you already have 2 on the map, it would be silly to have 3. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and recover this over here. Headlights on, beacons on for safety. Let me go grab this extra flatbed trailer that I'm no longer going to need. This drives me crazy. What the hell happened to all the cargo that was here prior to me actually finishing that garage over there? All of a sudden, all that cargo supply is gone, and I don't remember it being the limited number of each. I thought it was all the vehicle and service spare parts you could eat, and then just suddenly it went to nothing after I built the garage. I don't know if that was by design, or if it's a glitch, not that that would be a surprise in a later season like this, or if they actually were limited stock before and I just failed to notice it until I coincidentally used all of them exactly as they had been laid out there for use on this map. But I would be happier if it would stop teasing me with being empty. But at least it does repair the vehicle when you drive through it. I'm gonna go around the outside here. Can I squeeze it? Almost, kind of. No, I'm just gonna pivot the wrong way until it's too late. I left that trailer pointed that way in case I needed to drive it to the cannery to go pick up the special cargo, but the way everything played out, I ended up just using the one I already had. So now it's pointed in the wrong direction for the recovery. We'll just have to make a 19-point turn to get turned around with this diamond. Not a diamond, it's a triangle here. Ooh! Well, that would have hurt, but I guess I don't care. Because this doesn't have quite as far to have to go back. Might make it the rest of the way without blowing a tire. I wouldn't put it past me, but hopefully. So that's got the trailer store just on the other side of the garage. Get this sold, then I can recover and retain this one. And then at that point, I believe I am good to go ahead and swap over to the Zix and go pick up the boat. When I come through town, I do believe it will be easier if I just park the boat while making that 90 degree turn toward the gateway, and then take control of the Tataran, have it come over, refuel the Zix so that I don't have to try to negotiate all those turns to get the boat to the gas station and out. Then I can recover and retain the Tatty. Oops, I need to go to the left side. And then retake control of the Zix, and at that point should definitely have enough fuel to go, across the rest of this map, and then most of the way across the second map to the left. And that will be 100% complete in this season, and then I can kick back and wait for, it's not lights, camera, action, but it's something close to that, season 11. Boom! Recover! Retain! Hello, Zix. Now, the Zix did need to burn a little bit of fuel to get over here in the first place to conduct rescue operations for my one flip. Fortunately, he was able to come over and just grabbed onto me with that winch and one shot pulled me back onto my wheels. That was super fun. Does mean I'm down a little bit of fuel. Do have the reserves on the roof, though. That's what makes me very confident in being able to make this drive, though I will top it up in town just to be safe. This is, I believe, the loudest truck in the game, so if it gets too loud, let me know in chat there, and I can turn down the game volume here for the duration of this mission. It should pretty much sound like this, with the exception of the refueling period when I shut it down. It's an adequate one. It's not the best one, but it'll do. Give the Mastodon its moment to shine here. I did put a high saddle on this, right? Let's find out in a second. Bam! Connected. Critical part. Beacons on for safety. Headlights on for extra safety. Okay, so we are just going to drive to the intersection with the fuel station, but we are not going to try fitting under that overhead ramp there. We're just going to stop in the intersection and let the Tatty, who's just parked right over here, come refuel us. It's a pro operation. This Just gonna double check over here. 63 out of 64. All the rest of that looks good. I got the Zix, scout trailer that cannot be sold, the trailer that I'm delivering, and the Taddy is all that's left on this map. So we are set for a good cleanup over here. What a sweet boat! Oh, it's got a name. What is it? Keep it real. Clever bastards. Okay, we're off. This is one of those supersized trailers that makes the... Oh, watch out for those lines! Phew. It makes the camera really kind of wonky with it, but it'll do. Oh, yeah, moving off to the sides, we get it. I guess technically we're wonky when we're above the boat, and then we're unwonky for the sides, but it makes relative wonkiness. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Hopefully this drive should actually be really easy with this truck. Look at me, I even built a bridge here. Although going through the sand down there probably wouldn't have been too. This is where my flip occurred, right here. I decided to crawl up just a little too high on the side there. And then the weight of all the concrete slabs pulled me down. I thought it might be a little risky going straight through the middle, but I didn't want to give it any excuse to want to flip on me. I thought it would churn the mud a little bit better, but I didn't have to winch, so I'm taking this as a win. All those trailer tires down there in the mud, causing resistance. And now we're clear. We're upshifting. Shifting noise on this thing is terrifying. It sounds like it goes completely out of control and winds up through the roof, and is even louder than most of the rest of us. Okay, we cleared the hill. Oop, I'm not a bird. Sorry, bird. Go a little wide around some of these poles. Looks like whatever it is that they call the V-shaped poles where you attach your like trolling nets and things. Whatever they call those, I think those phase right through any obstacle. But I'm not sure about, like, little pieces of the hull or the cabin or anything else. I don't want to get too close to one of those poles, because I've already run into all kinds of problems with the logging frame. You get to leaning against a pole with the pole in between two of the forks, the fork tines on that logging truck. And I've had to bring in other trucks to winch 90 degrees to the side just to pull you far enough up to get that tine off. And back on Alaska, you pick up that very first logging cap, as it so happens. You get a tree caught between the cab and the body of that truck where it articulates, and you're done. Unless you have something even bigger that can winch it off to the side. That's one of the few missions I actually had to restart because I got that stupid cat trapped on a tree and I just couldn't get it pulled off with what I had available to me at the time. Now I could bring someone like this bad boy over there and just drag the whole thing sideways in the snow and it would work out fine. Back then, before hitting max level, although probably low 20s at that point, but I didn't have access to all the trucks. That was doing the maps in order, so I only had what you had gotten off of Michigan, and most of it we would recover off of Alaska. That was one of the bad parts earlier, so relative churn right through that. This one usually isn't too bad. Well, I have no illusion that we're going to go faster. way better than the Tiger with low. I like that the fishing boat is on water already. Just swaying back and forth, and the 3D model on it is really nice with all those lights up there at the top of the mast just swinging away. What I needed to do was hook up the lighting system to my headlights, and I can turn on the little warning beacons on top of the boat too. I was desperately missing that. This stretch usually isn't so bad, except for that very last stretch of puddle. Sometimes I need to wrench through that. I bet this truck doesn't need it though. Should be back to having fresh, clean mud for all of our reloads. Because I didn't drive the Taiga with any of its stuff there. Yeah, plowed right through at low speed. Couple of very small water crossings on the other map, but nothing that's ever bogged down any other truck. So it's just going to be the slow pull on some of these hills. And then undoubtedly there will be a tight turn or two I'm going to have to make. The one in town is a tight turn, but I don't think there's anything right on the corners to cause problems. Actually, I'm in third gear there. And it's still going. Downshifting to second, I think he's getting a better pull. Ooh, well, oh, I gotta watch out for rocks and bumps in the highway. I don't think I'm gonna hit anything with the stupid little stubby legs on this trailer. I'm gonna grab. Oh no, look at those. Those stubby legs are way up there. Long trailer, especially that really long gooseneck on it. But it's got more tires than the yeah, oh yeah, it's like heavily tired. So I'm not even sure that this is really a high center risk. I hope not. This might give it a small test right here. Heavy load, and this is a slow truck anyway. So we're not going to set any land speed records, but I think this is just going to do it. Yellowstone pavement. We will not have all 8 wheels on the ground at the same time for this stretch. If the boat is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Boom, totally made that up myself. I'm actually going to feather the gas down here just to make sure they're nice and wide. And we're gonna test to see just how close we can get to the hole right there. Seems to look okay. Okay, cut that. We're gonna go grab the Taddy real quick. Headlights on. Beacons on for safety because we are dealing with fuel. It's so funny. We built a service garage and then it's not a service garage. That's a classic 60s Batman, like, Riddler question. When is a service garage not a service garage? I'm just rambling away as I drive my trucks around. I could play some more polka if it would help. This is your brief break from all of the screaming truck sound. Nice and close. Throw on the parking brakes so we skid to a halt. No, we want to go... Oh, we'll take it from the roof rack, that's fine. Stop. Oop, nope. Go. Okay, he is at the full 500. I can't fill his roof from here, but I didn't take anything out of it, so it should still be fine. I'm going to recover you back to the garage. You should be the only one out here. So I retain you away. This is my last visit to this garage, I do believe. Yep, garage is empty. Are you running? Yes, it is running. Got one of those quiet starts. Okay, boat's still intact. Horn still works. Oh, I knocked over one stop sign. Boom, there's the other. Make sure clear the poles and the trees here. Let's get down there to see what's ahead of me. I'll make do. I'll make do. I don't need no stinking view. I don't need no stinking map. I've driven the stretch so many times, I really don't need either. I need a view. I wouldn't want to drive this with my eyes closed. Like, definitely not. Oops, I'm going to cut that rock a little close. Didn't knock the boat over, so we're good. I do agree with the assessment that came up during this moon stream. This is a boat. Why didn't they just put it in the river and sail it over to where they wanted it and move it back? But I guess it's because it's what they want. Maybe the water over here just isn't good. Maybe there's a gateway that actually goes through a mountain. So to get it from one side to the other would be a much longer travel. Maybe you'd have to go all the way down to the sea and then come back up a different river. What is that? This comes up in trivia all the time. There's that one movie where someone like Orson Welles was directing, and he needed this specific boat, and he needed to be able to film it on two different sides of a mountain in Panama, and it was cheaper and faster to hire a giant crew of people to literally pick the boat, like a steamship up and carry it over the mountain than to sail it all the way around. Ooh, polka. Oh, nope, there it is. That just popped into my head. Clearly, I remember none of the details well enough to retell that story correctly, but if you know, you know. And if you don't know, nothing I said is going to help. But it was a story about carrying a boat over a mountain rather than sailing it around. Which is basically what I'm doing. I don't know the words to this song. Oh, that's right. Captain Phasma and I'm gonna have one more drink here. Because this should put us in the home stretch now. Oh, okay, Phasma's now low enough on water. I gotta set her down so she doesn't fall off the table there. The table's at an angle, that's why. I'm directing again. Oh. Okay, polka's over. We're down to serious business now. This is my last scene transition. We'll let it play. And that gorgeous truck. Look at that gorgeous boat. Let's see. I have the Scout and the trailer that it is holding, which I should be able to sell, but I'm parked right next to the trailer store. That was super convenient. And that is all I have sitting out on this map. Beauty. So I can complete this mission, recover and retain the Zix, swap into my Scout so that I can complete my season back in my beloved Scout 800. Zone for safety. Horn, so... on the Switch, if you honk too quickly, it doesn't delete the audio for the second. So 2 honks to let everybody know that I am now pulling forward. We are going to lean this boat just a little bit coming around this corner here. I'm not worried about bouncing it through this dip. Just grab probably where I have the most trouble for no reason. Because SnowRunner. Stay with me, camera. We do appear to be sliding a little bit here, but we're exerting just enough control that I think we'll survive it. It's not turning well, but that's nothing new. Oh, jeez. I need to come out and around this one tree. Risk a little extra water for that. Oh, no, you've turned too well. No. You turned too well following by not turning for crap. Also, SnowRunner. There you go. Now, business. I like this over the shoulder of the boat, as opposed to being, like, directly overhead. Let's see, just a little bit farther ahead. Shadows are moving fast. Don't make me finish the game in the dark. Oh, no. That's very SnowRunner of you. I'll give you that game. I get to see so little of the stuff in the daylight because it's always dark. I'm okay with finishing the dusk. I do know that there's no animation. You can watch the boat pop out of existence behind the truck and then pop into existence in the water right next to the dock when you drop it off, so at least I can pay attention to that. Still, having to do it in the dark is just the final SnowRunner insult. So that's how SnowRunner rolls. That was the last running water. There's the big dip crack in the pavement just on the other side of this common bridge. And then there's a standing puddle where you make that last hard right turn before you pop up into town. Do not need to bother screwing around at the gas station there, because I've only burned 43 liters of fuel so far since leaving the last town. And I've got roof fuel, so I'm not going to mess with having to make extra hard turns just to accomplish that. I'm going to go ahead and downshift a little, whatever it takes here, because this is the dip. Down to second, down to first. You know, I'm going to go ahead and go to low plus just because I can. Shouldn't have done that. Man, I actually got myself stuck by going too slow, so I'm going to have to winch out of this probably. Oh, maybe? I don't mind pulling over here. Oh, just over here into there. Oh, you know what? These tires are good on the mud, so they're not so good on the pavement. So I just had to get over here in the dirt. Boom, finger gun. But only one, because I'm not crazy. Keep going. Wow, I'm using second gear, actually, doing this pull. Back here on the pavement. Oh, didn't have to winch. Feels like a victory of some sort. Technically a puddle, that doesn't count, it's too small. There is this puddle right over here on the other side. Never had any problem with it with any other truck, so we'll see how that holds up. Really haven't had to swing quite as wide as I wanted to. You can always hide a stump over here just to be jerks. Nope. We're right here. Tends to get a little excitable, especially with mud tires. We didn't Tokyo drift too much on that. It's not as steep, so no sliding. Excellent. You don't have to make that hard turn there, followed by another hard turn after the gas station, plus a hard turn into the gas station. Screw all that stuff. Ooh, there's a concrete barrier I don't want to hit there. Could try pushing that car out of the way and cut through diagonally, but I don't want to be a show-off. Nice and light. Look at that. I I didn't even hit a pole or a sign or anything over there. And I'm getting here just as the sun sets. There is still just a little daylight in this last mission. So right over there at the end of the little short dock is where this bad boy is going to appear. Boom! Contract completed. The ship is launched. Doesn't it look beautiful? It needs fireworks. Thank you for helping us send it afloat. Here is your reward. Not the best reward in the game, but it'll do. It will do. So let's go check over here. 64 out of 64. All vehicles found. All watchtowers unlocked. All upgrades unlocked. 100% British Columbia. 100% all regions. One other thing that I do want to do a quick check on. Boom! All 3 check marks for regional progress. Everything here is covered. Cover. It doesn't matter which. I assume this recovered me onto the local map. Doesn't matter though. I'm going to retain it from right here. Yeah, I would guess it did this. Since it didn't reload me into the last location out of the national park, it must have recovered me to the correct one. No extra loading times. So quiet compared to that truck. Go here real quick. I can go to the trailer store. I can sell off. It is a mission-specific trailer that I'm not allowed, but it still leaves it illuminated. Okay, let's see. What do I want to... I don't want to treat this one poorly. So I'm just going to park it right there. Right next to that hut here at the garage, near this trailer store, just in case someday somebody would like to take it. Because it won't let me sell it. I think that one may have been slightly glitched, like some of the farm equipment in the Glades. Because I found that there was one truck with a hitch that couldn't connect to it, but the Scout could. So it may be slightly borked. Honk honk. Retain away. In which map? There we go. That Scout fuel carrier is the only thing left on the map. None of that actually matters. There's the global map. That is done and covered. And we need... Which is the button that I need to get to my player. The player thing I thought was supposed to be available. Move to player. Well, in any event, we have reached the grand conclusion. Oop, that one was the wrong scene. That one had no video attached to it. That is the conclusion to Season 10 of SnowRunner. 100% complete all the way through in my normal mode play. That means next week I will probably be going back to my New Game Plus mod map, back to Pine Valley. That one I've got open to multiplayer. I know King Ninja has joined a couple of times. Billy, if you're still around, you're certainly welcome to come and join in too. There is a lot left to be done in that area. They built a lot of contracts and tasks. It is a prime example of what a mod map can actually be. I also remembered in that time finally to cheat a little bit, give myself just a little bit of cash, and give myself some starting levels so that I'm not trapped using the Fleet Star with city tires the whole time. So that one has been a good playthrough. That one will be kicked up next week. This Saturday, I will be on from my normal 2 to 4-ish. Dan Servo will almost certainly not be streaming on Saturday because he is working Gen Con for Sirenscape this week. There's always the very small chance that they might try doing some sort of a live stream or something. But I've worked a number of years at Gen Con. I know how incredibly hectic everything is once the con is underway there. I highly doubt it will happen unless they have been building this into their plan for weeks. And based on what I've talked to them about, it sounds like that's not the case. So I'll stream from 2 until about 4. Jason Bullman from Paizo is not going to Gen Con, as far as I know, so he will probably be streaming, so I'll probably raid into him. But I got a little more flexibility. I'm not as obligated to kind of show up at the beginning of his stream, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. It might be some Pikmin 4. It could be going back to Metroid Prime Remastered, but I am stuck on a boss right there, right now. I lost count of the number of times I tried it at the end of the last time I streamed that. I think I spent an hour out of my 2 hours just trying to get through that boss. I'm nearly positive that I either need more health, although I think there's only like 3 or 4 more canisters I can even possibly go find, and I know that one of them is locked behind this boss, or there might be an armor. There's one more suit upgrade somewhere that does something. I don't know if maybe that's what I need to, because I keep getting screwed by all the radiation there. So if I have some sort of a breakthrough off stream, then I might stream that one. If I don't, I'm a little concerned about streaming 2 hours of the same fight and me losing it over and over and over again. So I might do some Pikmin 4. I'm really enjoying that game. There doesn't seem to be any real time pressure on how that one works, so that might actually be a good choice. Otherwise, I might pick something else out. Saturday is my variety day right now, so I got a few days between now and then to figure out what I want. And then by that point, I will have at least 1, hopefully 2 more interviews taken care of, that when Nico pops back on, I can give him a status update on how my job search is going. Let me take a quick gander over here, see what we might have in the way of raid possibilities. We do have a bunch of people up and running right now. I like Game Croy. He is a possibility. Oh, here we go. It's Miller time. He is playing some Season 10 SnowRunner. He actually made a big chunk of progress a couple of streams ago, but he is definitely still working on it. Get some missions on. I don't know exactly where he is in the season. I don't think he's done the boat yet, but I do know that he's opened up the second map. So let me get this raid set up. I apologize for not staring into the camera here, but I have my secondary computer maintaining all of this stuff. There he is. It's Miller time. Boom, the raid button is clicked. Thank you everybody for coming along. I will see you on Saturday playing something. I'm going to give you a little polka outro here, and then we'll kick off the raid. Say hi, and then if you got other things to do, feel free, move on with your evening. So, bye.